Okay, well, I decided to come back to Maidstone again today. All in all, yesterday, Twink ended up coming out, and he got about 6, and I caught 19 in all. So we just hammered on him, and we took a couple limits out, and that's why I'm back here today. I figure I'm going back to work tomorrow for a week, so we might as well get some fish in the freezer. I'm just going to take in a screwdriver to chip the ice away from my holes yesterday and, you know, keep the packing light, because you do have to walk a fair distance, a couple 100 yards. So yeah, let's go see how many more we can catch. Okay, got my holes chipped away here. I'm just going to take a worm. Can't buy these anymore, but I've got some left over from open water season, and a little airplane jig. I'm just going to spear the worm on here, double it over, say 2 or 3 times, get a good mouthful on there for the trout, pinch it off, and it'll look something like that. Yummy, right? And it's just a matter of dropping it down the hole. I'm in about 8 feet of water, just fishing with a hand line, 4-pound test. These are pretty small fish. I didn't have any issues with bringing them up to the top yesterday, so. And they do bite pretty light. I've been noticing about 8 inches off is what you want. Look at that, there's one there already I can feel. Oh. Shouldn't take too long. Come on. There we go. Already. Look at that. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. You see that? Right in the corner of the mouth. Hook pops straight out. Oh, making a mess here. Oh! Nice looking little pan-sized rainbow. Hey? Right on. Well, yeah, we will throw this guy on the ice and see if we can catch another. Hey, squeaky. Pretty simple fishing. Something like this is great for bringing kids or someone who doesn't have a lot of experience with fishing, because this is simple, you know, simple, easy, minimal equipment. All tangled up there. Yeah, we got a line in it, a knot in the line. Anytime you get a knot, an overhand knot in your line, you're best to just break it off and retie. One overhand knot, just like that little guy there that you can't even barely see right here, cut your line in half, 50%. So you just went from 4-pound test to 2-pound test. And although I'd probably get away with it, why would I? Why would I chance it when I only brought this one jig with me? Well, I guess I brought the one spare too, but still, you know, might as well. For the amount of time it takes, I have no issue with breaking it off and tying again. Just regular clinch knot. My hands are already cold, it's getting hard to tie. That's the only thing with these hand lines, is they do get away on you. It's easy to make a mess. You know, if I had a decent little small reel, I probably would be using that today. But this is a good way to feel them. Just let the line hang over your finger like that. Any little tap, you're gonna feel it too. And sometimes it's even when they're biting really light, it works even better than a light action rod. Something like, oh, look at that. Just get the line tight and I get another one. Right on. Fat, chunky little fish. They stock them every year in here. Okay? They don't winter here. Squeaky, get out of there. Get out of there. Look at that, just fat. Same thing, corner of the mouth. Even with this barbed hook, they pop right out. Not a big issue. Didn't even steal my bait that time. Kind of wrecked it though. When you're doing anything like this, you want to make sure that the line is, or that the bait is on the hook good, because these guys are great. They're masters at stealing. Chunky little fish. Okay, got 3 on the ice so far in about 15 minutes. They're all the same. Like I say, it's a put and take fishery by the government. They put these fish in here for people to come and catch, take home and eat. They win a kill every year, so I figure why not take a limit while they're still around, eh? Instead of letting them die under here and go to waste. Pretty well anything. I've had luck with those mini marshmallows, chunks of Velveeta cheese, worms, obviously, as we've seen, shrimp, chunks of shrimp off a shrimp ring. Pretty much anything that's gives off a good scent. And that's 4 now. Anything that gives off a good scent and you think would make a good meal for a trout, they're probably not going to be too picky about it. When I was coming here in the summer, well, not really the summer, but in October, after I was done moose hunting, I was coming here with just a bobber casting from shore and a couple maggots, and then I moved on to fish eyes after I had a couple fish. And they were eating that up too. Set the bobber at about 3.5 feet, cast out and let the wind drift it, and they were just going crazy for it. You see any line that builds up on your, or any ice that builds up frozen on your line, you'll want to clear that off periodically, just because the extra weight will kind of deaden your feel. These fish are not hitting hard, but they're hitting good enough that it doesn't take an expert to be able to feel it. Twink's girlfriend Shannon was out here yesterday and she was catching, well, she was getting bites. She ended up catching her first ice fishing catch on here yesterday with a bobber. You know, I'm finding that a little bit of movement is a little better for them today though. Not a lot. Like you see, I'm just holding it steady here now. Every once in a while I'll give it a little jig like that, just to give her some color flash under the water that's pretty murky. Just give them a little bit of extra flash to hone in on, eh? I wish I had my camera with me, my underwater camera, that I could show the strikes as they're happening. But I mean, if a guy wants to come out here, set up a lawn chair and just drink beer all day, you know, you're good for that too. It's not tough fishing, which I guess really is what we all really hope for, eh? I mean, I have no issue with back trolling walleyes on a Lindy rig or anything like that. Fly fishing, I've fly fished the Crow's Nest River, the Old Man River, some of the most heavily fished trout streams in the country, on the continent for that matter, and I've done well. But sometimes it's just nice to get back to basics and do something simple like this. I've done a lot of kinds of fishing. I've fished a lot of places, caught a lot of different kinds of fish, and I've caught them a lot of different ways, but you know, sometimes it's nice just to do this. I didn't even pack an auger out here. And I got a good meal sitting here already, so. Oh, we got one here now. Look at that. Limited out. Drop that back down. Ooh. Holy shit. Fish knocked the camera over. I wish this thing would work. Oh well. Thanks for watching, guys.